You carry on.
Mobilizing. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Ratcheting up my aggression. Back and scan. Vitals critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander. Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Bushwhackers. Back to my post.
Mobilizing. This thing's got a mean streak. My mom's always crabby. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Protected outpost wiped off the map. On to the next.
Yeah.
Continuing investigation. Narrowing sensor range. Focusing intensity. Focusing sensor. Honing in on source. Narrowing sensor range. Focusing intensity. Honing in on failure to detect source of anomalous data.
Hold up somewhere. Giving chase. My vexation grows as this drags on.
Investigating hostile intentions. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Microscope, the vitals are in the red, Commander. That not quite charged yet.
Popping my claw. Me, you get the claw.
Neutralize the limits by the damage, Commander. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Anyone else? Here, a medic.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Back in business.
Checking it out. I will not hesitate to raise the alarm. Back to it.
I'll handle this. I'll go ahead. What's the plan? Captain ready. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Purification in progress. Taking the fight out of them. Camp, please, Commander. We could collect our reward now, if you care. Consider self-preservation. Sister me up. It would improve your odds. Combatant scanned. Proceeding to attack. Adversary vulnerability amplificator at ready.
Scraps! Go away!
No! It's our scraps now! He finds it, he keeps it! You go away!
You dumb or... dumb! Lots of scraps near here. Go get you home. Try to take our scraps, we fight.
Good! We want fights much as scraps! Crew, go! Fight! Attack!
To the ground and such.
That's enough of that!
Problem. Hostilities are afoot. Vital critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander.
All charged up.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Realize you're about to...
Yeah.
This must be the place Ortiz mentioned. Hard to fathom a lab in those caves.
I'll handle this. Check your scope for combatant analysis.
Graft is ready, and frankly, pissed off.
Not giving up. Show yourself. Don't take kindly to troublemakers.
Hostilities are afoot. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Whoa. Commander, hold up a moment.
Proceeding to attack. Combatant scared. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. ratcheting up my aggression. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Not seeing a shot.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Gravel claws angry. That claw's always grabby.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Mitigating the threat. They're benumbed.
What in the void? Law, I think I've seen enough death to fill 3 lifetimes. And it don't get any easier. What happened here? He spent his last moments crawling over to this terminal from the wreck. Sorry, friend. Wait. He's got a code breaker on him. Let's see. I'll be damned. That powered up the elevator. Signal's stronger than ever now. These poor bastards must have been responding to it same as us. This must be the lab.
At least Auntie's Choice had the good sense to leave the back door operational. Can't say I'm yearning to see what they've done with the place, though.
I just want answers. Let's go.
Hello? Is anyone there? I have been signaling for help incessantly. Come quickly. I'm trapped in my office, by the foyer. The others, I fear they might have lost their lives at the hands, claws of escaped beasts. Mind yourself.
That's him. That must be the doctor. He's got no idea an entire squad died trying to fly in here and save his sorry ass.
That's assuming he'd care. I'd give that roughly a 1 out of 10 chance. hope he got a refund on his Raptidon repellent.
Mechanist Tate speaking. I need the record to show that I have reported many times that these pressure valves have fallen into disrepair, only to be ignored each of those times. And now I'm out here in the void and cold, attempting to stop this leak from getting worse, and... What was that? Stay back, creature! Blast that doctor for locking the gadget in the gun safe! This is when I need it!
What are they doing in this place? Ain't no purpose for this clear disregard for life.
This is where we all nod and say it's humanity that are the real monsters.
What's... Hola, Ortiz? No, it ain't him. I thought... Commander, help me make sense of this.
Uh-huh. Now I extra want to kill this scientist.
cannot let my genius be wasted here.
Boy, damn coward. We'll see how you beg when we're face to face. Oh, look left. That ursapod's mighty riled.
Only a gormless dunderhead would get between a mama ursapod and, well, anything really. Here! Here! Mobilizing. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Is this the cub that Terminal mentioned? Still breathing, but only just. Void. That must be his mama on the other side of the glass. We were too late for the soldier back there, but not too late for this cub. We should help. had a notion of what I might encounter in the lab. Test tubes, records, some graphs kept on ice. But not this. I thought it was Ortiz back there, in the incubation tank. It wasn't, thank law, but whoever that soldier was, he'd been dead a while. A third person went through this? Law. If we haven't encountered them yet, mayhaps they have a fighting chance on the outside. Void, damn it. This poor man. The test subjects. Ortiz. All of them are dead. All of them left in ruin by the butchers running this place. All of them could have been me. That ain't true. It weren't abandonment. It was breakage. I knew what would happen should anything go wrong. It made me a liability. It endangered my unit. I can't blame anyone else when I knowingly accepted the risks. But they gave me hope when I had nothing. If that was a lie, then where does that leave me? Suppose I've always known something to be true, though. If nobody's privy to what the powerful do behind closed doors, then they can do anything. It's folk like us who pay the price. All that matters now is finding that doctor. He's got a reckoning coming. Or if they do, they leave him just lucid enough to answer a few questions. Let's go.
Should be just what the adorable little, this small creature needs.
Mama's rage is ebbing. Think this calls for a reunion. At least one good thing came of this place. Seems Mama's calmed all of the other ursopods too. Reckon we might walk on past.
Oh, thank the law, I'm saved. Release me at once, please. I'm so worried that nobody intercepted my distress signal.
Oh, we got his signal all right. Let's get the bastard.
I'd offer to bet on how this turns out, but I'm afraid the act might throw off my equations.
touching reunion between mother and child. Never thought such a thing could be engineered between the beasts. Fascinating.
You the doctor in charge here?
Indeed I am, soldier. And my, what a picture you are. What exquisite graft work. Might I trouble you for an examination?
So you're the one who butchered my friend, Ortiz. The one who tortured those creatures out there. Who killed that soldier.
What's going on? I don't know any Ortiz, I swear it. I'm just a doctor. Please, don't shoot. Records? I don't know of any such... Oh, bother. Fine, yes, I did complete a procedure on one trooper Ortiz, along with 2 others. He eagerly offered himself up for this project's first human trials. Rather hasty in hindsight. I know what you're thinking. Yes, the grafting program was officially shuttered 6 months ago. That was not a lie. But I thought it a shame, and it seems I wasn't alone in that. I was recruited for this unofficial venture soon after. Don't understand the need for secrecy myself, but our sponsor demanded it. I dared not ask too many questions. What you have to understand is that being a regular soldier does not pay dividends, but being the ultimate frontline fighter does. They understood this. Unfortunately, understanding can only go so far, as each of their bodies rejected the graft. But I got exceptional data out of it.
Enough with the excuses. You absolute wretch. Any scientist with any shred of decency would have refused your position. Your precious data is nothing compared to those you killed.
I sympathize with your friend, soldier. Truly, I do. But if I mourn every failure within these walls, I might never operate again. You must understand that the work we do here is greater than any one life. We can change the galaxy for the better. Enough with the threats of violence. Listen here, if you choose to brutalize me, all of my research and knowledge will be gone, forever. The suffering you've seen here will be nothing in comparison to the suffering I could prevent. Do you truly want to be the one to stand in the way of progress? Of course I do. Ask your associate here if her grafting session was as pleasant as a creekside picnic. I acknowledge my subject's pain whilst also acknowledging its necessity. It's been a long time coming, but I believe I've laid the groundwork for treating injury and illness far better than modern medicine can manage. You see, I'm only here because I conceived of a device to keep my lungs operational. Without it, I'd be laying repose in an iron lung. This is just the start of what we may build. We are on the precipice of regrowing limbs that had been lost in accidents, reversing brain trauma, nerve damage, mayhaps aging one day. It would be a boon to humanity, and a boon to Auntie's bottom line.
Soon he'll be saying he can bring folk back from the grave. It's nothing but lies.
Let's not be hasty. I see your graft is a result of revision surgery. Your first go was botched, and you were considered a failure of the program, yes? I know what happened to those failures. Demoted, disgraced. It was horrible business. And yet, you still wear our colors. You want to reclaim your station, don't you?
You don't know anything about what I want. I'm not sure I should. If I accept such a bribe, what does that make me? Whether I want to regain my position or not doesn't matter. I don't want your help. I will not benefit from the pain of others.
You think there were no victims of the first program? That your existence isn't built off the bones of those who came before? You're no more righteous than I. You simply looked away. Now, if you stay your hand, I will grant you 2 state-of-the-art grafting parts. They cannot fail. Install one of them, and you'll see my earnest intent. You were never the broken thing they made you, soldier. If you wish it, you may still become a most extraordinary specimen.
No, no. Stop talking. Stay there. Don't make any stupid moves, understand? The adults need to have a talk over here. Commander, I don't know what to do. I came here intending to make him pay for what he's done. And I can't shake the reasons I've seen to burn this place to the ground. But what if he's right? What if something in his work is worth saving? What if this is my chance to make something of my life? To be accepted again? I appreciate that, Commander. But I still ain't so sure that's true. We've grown close, you and I. And you know full well I ain't keen to ask for help, but I can't afford a mistake. I could spare this doctor, explore this research's potential, but if I kill this man and exact retribution for Ortiz, I'll never know for sure what that research might have wrought. And if I do that, there'll be no going back for me, myself one of Auntie's own. Would I even want to? Thank you. I was just kidding myself thinking I might ever look at a place like this again and feel different. There was only ever one real outcome.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Don't shoot me! We were in the midst of negotiating!
I have no need for negotiating, Doctor. You brought this on yourself. Let's just take what we need and get out. I can't stand the sight of this place any longer. I need some time to think, Commander. We'll speak later, yeah?
Sometimes I get the feeling we're not welcome here. Like the Protectorate folks resent us liberating them.
Nah, they know this invasion ain't personal. It's just business. Besides, we're expanding their lives.
Whenever you curse your tough luck, just remember, at least a relay station didn't fall on your town.
Choice is the proud maker of Spacer's Chaw, Zero-G brews, and antibiotics. Everything you need to get through your day.
Ah, Inez. Have you come back for a tune-up? I've got just the injection for that. Freezes those pesky muscles right back into place.
No, yeah, a tune-up sounds good. I got a device that might help stabilize what I got going on up on the shoulder. Ought to let me use my graft all the more often. Think you can install it?
Oh, well, this device is unusual and rather ingenious, if I may say so. Hold still, dear. This should take but a moment. There. I dare say you won't be needing any tune-ups in the near future. But I do trust you'll find an excuse to come by for the occasional visit. Where did you find such a device, anyhow? What is it, dear? You look, well, a bit like you've been stung by a terror ray. I've got ointment for that too, you know. Whatever do you mean? The program was shut down more than 6 months ago. Any further funding would be in direct violation of Auntie's orders.
It was off the books, Doc. We found a grafting lab way out on Cloister, still operational. Whoa, I ain't seen horrors like that in my life. They were brutalizing folk and creatures, paying them no mind, giving them no honor even if they succumbed to the process. The doctor there, he killed a friend of mine. And you're telling me you knew nothing of it?
Inez, I swear I didn't. That sounds... Oh, Sovereign's mercy, that sounds precisely like what I would protest with every breath.
The creatures they were experimenting on broke out of their cages, killed most of the staff. But you know what's worse? Keeping a dead soldier's body on display. Like a thing. I found the doctor in charge, still alive, cowering. I killed him, and let his sick aims die along with him. There's no good that can come of his work. Nothing.
But this ain't the extent of it, I fear. I need to find out who's responsible for all this.
Oh, Inez, I know you do. But with the program officially shuttered, it would be awfully difficult to ascertain which individual has the pockets to fund such a... Wait. Yes, that does shed light on a correspondence I received recently. A vice president sent a message asking for my presence and scientific expertise to discuss a unique opportunity. I found the secrecy odd at the time, but I do suppose it lines up with your discovery.
Ain't surprising. What's his name? Where can we find him?
His name is Willard Conan, VP of Experimental Operations. The very man who was in charge of the grafting program at its inception. He's... Oh, I know that look. If you mean to do something, I beg you.
Doc, with all due respect, what I do with him when I get there is my own damn business.
If you think it's my own well-being I fear, then you don't know me at all. I will help you. Vice President Conan's office is aboard the Undisputed Claim, the flagship of Auntie's Choice. I do not know where exactly, as I've never been, but it's my understanding that you will need to present this calling card to gain entry. Inez, all I ask is that you remain safe. A terrible wrong has been done, but do not throw your life away to right it. You might seek justice via other means.
I can't promise anything, Doc, but I'll try. Thank you for everything.
Lots of rumors flying around about what brought that station down on Westport.
I've been bartering with defectors. Traded one force rocket for a whole tin of prestige force flow.
Have an update about that personal matter. You know.
Commander, I've been thinking. Can I bend your ear a moment?
The other universe-ending thing.
We got the intel we need, Commander. The undisputed claims our destination. When we find Willard and stop this law-damned program in its tracks, Auntie's Choice will get what's coming to them. Been doing some thinking about ending the grafting program for good. It's gotta happen. I just didn't think it would start this way. With me turning murderer. Auntie had me good and fooled. She ain't any better than Spacer's Choice. Making any of them see reason is an impossibility. Our overlords had a saying in Tau Ceti. If you got a rabid canid, you put it down before it maddens the whole pack. They used to say it about us workers, like we were the problem. It was terrifying. But now I reckon I see some sense in that saying. Retribution never came for the folk at the top back then, but it certainly can now. What if I think I already have? I wonder if this is what Ortiz had in mind when he sent me that message. He trusted my judgment, knew I always aimed to do right by him and folk everywhere. But he also knew both of us had been lied to when we joined up. The notion that our taking extraordinary risks would pay dividends. Do you think he knew this would be the final straw? Yeah? I'm gonna cling to that notion for a while, if you don't mind. Maybe this is what folk mean by the architects setting things in motion. If I hadn't broken my contract, I wouldn't be here. Maybe proving myself was never the intention. Maybe this is what I was meant to do. Suppose we're fixing to find out.
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decides what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ. And we bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now as a responsible of society. We allow to take part in respecting your right to risk.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume.
With Auntie's Choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The Big Rip cut off tossball news from home, but our Arcadia Grown League is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down ripoff. Pitchball, they call it. My, how imaginative. And don't get me started on their arbitrary...
Oh, hey, think you dropped something?
...is prohibited in the Tuesday and Thursdays...
It's the burning sensation on everyone's tongue and upper GI tract. The Raptor bite. Exclusively at the bottom runger. We put the toxic in intoxication.
Sounds like red ink to Auntie. Our tossball teams play for keeps. I witnessed no fear than 6 critical blood-force dramas in Las loafers and spectrum brand bags. I pit our least favorite tossball team against the Protector's entire...
You look befuddled. Or perhaps that's just your normal expression.
It's high time one of you scientist types responded to my calling cards. The position's been open for more than 2 days, and already productivity is tanked by 149.4%. You want the role, it's yours, but I'm not budging on those hourly rates.
Let me guess. You're backfilling Rasmussen's position? Or all the scientists who work with him on Cloister lying cold on the lab floor?
Both, obviously. Unless you mean to tell me a graft like yours can install itself. Now, do you want the job or not? We're burning starlight.
I do. Been waiting on this moment. This grafting program is a law-damned abomination. I went to your lab on Cloister, saw for myself what kind of depravity your folk got up to there. It's sick. My friend was butchered by Rasmussen. And he wasn't the only one. In fact, this program's been a sham from the start. I got tossed aside. And for what? A mistake? Ain't nothing good that's come of this. It's time to call it quits.
What a preposterous notion. Shall we stop producing inhalers because of side effects? Or shut down all food factories because one severed appendage finds its way into packaging? No, certainly not. I am not to blame for whatever inconvenience you experienced as a first edition patient. To quit now would be to toss aside all our progress. Oh, please. You don't even know half of my plans for this project. But if you did, you'd certainly want in.
Don't matter to me what your plans are, or what you think you might accomplish. You've hurt too many good folk, and I've had enough.
I fear you've gotten too negative an impression of this work. Hear me out, will you? Allow me to assuage those fears. My mind is not entirely consumed by capital, I assure you. It's also consumed with professional pride and self-preservation. We cannot speak of sensitive business details here. There's no telling which opportunistic colleague or overpaid contractor could be listening in. They would ruin me. Ruin me! Meet me in back deck steerage. Take this pass for the tram. And for law's sake, make sure no hanger-on follows you. Especially that assistant of mine next door. Chin up, dear. I believe I'll change your mind yet.
We'll see. This song and dance from all manner of suits before. Reckon he'll try to reel us into a ridiculous scheme, or bribe us with bits or booze or what have you. But this'll make it easier for us to intimidate the bastard into stepping down. Ooh, I relish the notion.
Series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler, 6th base person for the Anti-Cleo's Darlings. I cleaved Spacers Chosen's goalie at the end of the 56th inning, then made a Sunday goal to win the game. Whenever I see that Moon Man's grinning face, I want to cleave it in twain.
Experience the most sought-after inebriate on the undisputed plane. Arachnodon Fight. Exclusively here at the bottom runger.
And I endorse this message. Attention, valued employees. Auntie here to brighten your workday with a report on... your toil is netting us.
You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice. Auntie's choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away. Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice? Too much Spacer's ale? Try Auntie's Choice Pep Pills. Good for what ails you. You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's Choice. Auntie's Choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away.
Ah, you came. Foolish, aren't you? Thinking I'd reveal my secrets to the likes of you. Ah! Contractors, now's your chance. First one to kill these imbeciles gets a one-time immune assault discount.
Resorting to violence.
Enemy moving into harm's way. From me.
Moving to an entrenched position. Yeah. Combatant scan. Have a fix. My aftermarket parts. Capital. Time is big. Go for multiplication.
Come through, my good Biff. That discount will be applied to your next purchase at the commissary, but cannot be combined with other... Ah! You! You're still alive!
Ain't gonna be that easy to get rid of us, you idiot. This how you treat all folk who approach you in good faith?
No folk have ever made it this far. How did you get past all my contractors? They were heavily trained and heavily expensive.
They were about half as coordinated as a herd of sprats, and just as threatening.
Do not make a mockery of the dead. They were all someone's children, partners, and investments. So what do you want? Allow me to guess. Money? We all want money. And I've plenty, I assure you. This again? What is it with you? No, I've no incentive to shut down my life's work, especially at the demand of common thugs.
You ever seen a grafted claw strip flesh from the bones of a stubborn old man?
No.
Well, on the count of 3, you will. 1.
All right, fine. Consider this my resignation. Here, take everything I have. Any bits left in my office are yours. Just, please, don't follow me.
Good riddance. But this ain't over yet. The other executives will be notified the moment Willard flees the undisputed claim. And within hours, dozens of rung climbers will be at the tower jockeying for his position. It's all but certain that they'll claim his work for their own, and make his bastardization of a grafting program all the worse if they so choose. Ain't about to let that happen. Ain't too keen to scorch the earth if I can help it. Oftentimes, bad press can be a hell of a lot more effective than 2 to the chest. It's obvious he was up to his neck in some scheme. If we dig it up and get the word out, his legacy'll be in shreds. Maybe folk will be less inclined to follow in his footsteps. Should all but guarantee that Willard can't come crawling out from whatever rock he's keen to hide under, in any case. All right. We ought to start by searching his office. Any evidence we can find regarding money or business dealings could be of value. Once we got what we need, we can head to the recording studio to get the word out. The promise of a scandal should be enough to get in the door.
Try Auntie's Choice Pep Pill. For what ails you?
We took what nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals. With Auntie's Choice. An artificial life is a life that's sweeter. Live a life that's sweeter with Auntie's Choice. Item. Business is good. We have positive bit flow. Our portfolio is diversified. But we can always do better. I'll give it.
Oh, hey, think you dropped something?
The recipe of our exclusive cocktail is our most closely guarded secret.
Only division.
Our competitors would kill to find out. Can you discern its ingredients? Try to wrap it up.
cannot be here. My contract stipulates that this lab door remains locked at all times. I am not to be disturbed. Ha! That's funny, considering the heaps of times I've been called such.
I'm here to tell you that your treacherous fiend of a boss is now out of commission, and I'm investigating all of his indiscretions. You wouldn't happen to know about any unsanctioned business dealings, would you?
Ah, I'm afraid I can't help with that. I've only spoken with him once, upon my hiring. Well, yes, but not here or face-to-face. I was to have all communications sent to a private room at the Best Choice. He held all his business dealings and records therein. I gather he was circumventing intellectual property taxes or some such.
The Best Choice. That's the lounge for VIPs, looking out over the Esplanade, if I'm remembering right. We might pay it a visit. Oh, law. That room is what he meant by the carousal corner in that terminal entry, isn't it?
If that's all, I'll thank you kindly for closing the door when you leave.
Them away from danger. I'm Auntie Cleo, and I won't lie. The universe is filled with things that want to kill you. Luckily, our products, and only our products, can reliably prevent that. So I say, don't cower and hide. Go make something of yourselves. Live a life that...
Ever miss a limited time offer and wonder about how your life would have been?
Armed and inoculated against a hostile, peril-filled universe.
Oh, hey, think you dropped something?
Daredevils rejoice with Auntie's choice. Our product line is stronger than nature.
Purple berry product samples! Purple berry product samples!
We took what nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable...
Yes, may I help you somehow? Likely by reminding you that this is not the entrance for unwashed service plebes. Please go tell your manager to fire you. Then follow proper protocols, or we'll find other vendors to patronize.
My latest demotions report, starting with Dr. Giles Rasmussen, demoted from his...
Oh, really? You think that you belong in our lounge, dressed like that? 3 cysty pigs in a trench coat would have a better shot at getting in than you do right now. The owner tasked me with maintaining the posh allure of the Best Choice, and you are hardly the kind of inestimable personage that would be proper to admit.
Acquisition, demoted for playing confidential logs in a paid public toilet.
VP of Experimental Operations.
About yay high, of questionable disposition, has an unusual sour smell.
Never quite got close enough to verify such. But you do know of him?
That's a great question. I couldn't possibly say.
File clerk, clerk those files. Next is Elise Ripshaw in product development. Remember, Elise, when you told colleagues over drinks at the bottom runner that I was, quote, long in tooth and short on ideas. Then you agonized for weeks that your comment...
Commander, surely we shouldn't... Oh, are you now? Wonderful. I absolutely despise that sprat hole. I hope you managed to bury his career forever.
Oh, I just received an addendum on a late-breaking and quite literal termination.
Demotion through mandatory retirement? That's certainly something I can get behind. Oh, to hell with it. The VP was a frequent guest, so please, do come in and have a look around. It is our hope that you have a lucrative and luxurious visit to the best choice.
Breathe easy. That's it for this demotions report. Until next time,
This is where the more successful vapid commercialists congregate to be short-sighted together.
Purchase and consume
with Auntie's choice.
Yeah, this is about what I expected.
Business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. Oh, no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The big rib cut off tossball news from home, but our Arcadia Grown League is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down rip. Changes. Bronzing is prohibited in the Tuesday and Thursday zones? Why even have the T-zones then? Oh, and sportsmanlike conduct is tolerated.
Everyone has their little hunch about which new product line will sell the most.
Eyes up, Commander. That vent appears person-sized.
Bottom rung or consumer. Don't you agree?
Oh, yes. Quite.
I witnessed no critical blood force dramas in last week's contest between the Easy Deal Loafers and Spectrum Grand Bandits. I'd pit our least bankable tossball team against the Protectorate's entire roster of pitchball pushovers any day of the fiscal week. Even with half our team's 32 backs benched, they
look at this one.
It would be an embarrassment of body goals.
How did you get in there? I'm giving your description to the proper authorities and reporting on you to our upper tier retail association.
So enjoy the simple pleasure of watching professional.
Now please, go anywhere else so that I can tend to the actual patrons worthy of entrance into the pastry.
Next time, look for me in the Platinum Executive Skybox above the line of scrummage. Anti-Cleos was specifically founded to fight what nature inflicts, to offer higher quality pharmaceuticals designed to be better than nature, because nature wants to...
Sorry, in the midst of composing my latest product-oriented dramatization. Talk later.
Yes, I understand I may look in charge, but I'm just minding the desk for our esteemed director. The real talent, as they say.
I need to get a message on the broadcast, urgently. Can you help with that?
Not unless you need any clever pointers on enunciation. Our director, however, is in one of the recording booths. Through the door to your left. You'll want to speak with her.
Welcome to Wireless Free Arcadia Studios. Thessaly Falk, Director of Talent Placation and General Runnings. Here to contract a recording or in the market for autographs?
Holt sent me to speak with you. I got a message I'd like to send out over the wireless. Trust me, this is one all the folk in Auntie's Choice won't want to miss.
Is that so? Well, the more riveting the content, the larger our commissions. However, as you're without an appointment and I'm quite busy, I'm afraid I've only time to record one take. Do make it count. Shall we begin?
Glad we're in agreement. I'm here to expose the truth about a prominent vice president. His business dealings are not what they seem.
That's quite the bold claim. Now remember to speak into the mic, dear. Enunciate clearly, but with feeling. Inhabit the words. Be the message. Joining us today in the studio is a very special guest and rare specimen indeed, a grafted soldier. And one who alleges that one of Auntie's own vice presidents is not who he seems. Take it away.
Inez Silong speaking. I got intel on an illegal program led by Vice President of Experimental Operations, Willard Conan. Folk aplenty suffered because of it.
Some say there cannot be success without suffering. It's more or less standard operating procedure, isn't it? Unless you're leaving out any gory details.
He was running a lab on Cloister that very few even knew of, and grafted even more folk illegally in that butcher shop. But if that ain't incriminating enough for you, Willard had himself some money problems, which ain't too distant from a grave sin far as Auntie's concerned.
Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Tell me, did he squander all his bits on drink? Bet it all on a tarmac and cheese rebranding? Or worse? Thoroughly recount every lurid detail.
He stole from Auntie directly. I have here, in his own words, an admission to the crime. It's go-getterness gone too far. And you know what happens to one of Auntie's nephews who misbehaves?
Splendiferous! Couldn't hardly get more sensational than that if we tried. The audience will be on the edge of their seat hearing all the ghastly minutiae about this scandal.
I think we did it. Won't know for sure until the broadcast airs, of course, but law, I reckon I might finally be able to put this to rest. For Ortiz. For everyone. Thank you, Commander.
Oh, Inez, almost forgot. We have a bit of a goodie bag for special guests who visit the studio. You qualify. Do collect it from the front desk on your way out.
Can I help you? Ah, you appear like a rugged sort. Let me guess. Thessaly sent you.
That I did. This is Mitt Tarkington, advertising copywriter extraordinaire. Mitt, this is our maverick outsider. They've heard the pitch and agreed.
Charmed. Yes, well, dive right in, shall we? To begin, allow me to share a bit on how we shape ideas. Part the veil about this magical art we call advertising. We're selling dreams of a better life, a better you, connection, and ease from aches, sorrows, and worry. The product is immaterial. We do have one. I'd need to look it up, though. A little background first to frame your thinking. There are 4 personality types we appeal to when writing advertisement copy.
I'm like you.
I'm who you want to be.
I, who have cultivated a persona as a sarcastic doubter, am not normally into things. So you really ought to listen to me about this.
And I just hate that thing that never happens, yet absolutely could.
Any other general questions before we get started?
Somehow all of them, apparently.
Even the most buttoned-down rule follower imagines themselves a rebel in some way.
All right. I'll ask a few questions about your singular way of looking at things. Then translate your unique perspective into lines for the ad. Now, first question. How can we best understand those like you? Any insight on your kind of unique perspective? All right. Now, I'll reinterpret your response into a line for the ad. Something like, calling all rule breakers. Next question. How do we best illustrate credibility? Say, through something you know, or hate. Right. Maybe you maintain the highest standards for yourself and others. What's an aspirational goal for those who identify with you? Okay, perfect. How about, and you strive for an unfettered existence? Last question. What do you desire most out of life? And I should mention we have a little leeway to fine-tune the product offering. Have just the thing. Now available in purely chemical form. 100% artificial. What nature nurtured, we improved. The only cyst rind you don't need to chew vigorously.
Yes. Suppose you might need to hear it assembled to make sense of it all. Just a moment while we put it together. I can already hear it in my head, and it is perfect. All right, that's a wrap. Roll the assembly. Fine work, everyone. Take a good listen.
Calling all rule breakers. You maintain the highest standards for yourself and others, and you strive for an unfettered existence. That's why we've updated our premier cyst rinds just for you. Anti-Cleo and Pal's deep-fried cysty bits. Now available in purely chemical form. 100% artificial. What nature nurtured, we improved. The only cyst rind you don't need to chew vigorously.
No autographs, I'm afraid. Not outside of special appearances. Normally I would, but I hate you with space me.
Xenobiological exploitation's output is down 18%. I'm not paying professional hunters to run a...
You know, since we met earlier, I've been thinking, you're the very thing we're looking for right now. You possess the sort of rugged, nonconformist, individualist nature that our listeners identify with. Or believe they do, anyway. From the meekest flunky to the most milquetoast myrmidon, why, friend, you're everything they want to be.
With the ambition deficient, respected subordinates, spare me no gumption, and I promise we will all thrive.
There's two things I desperately require. Realism, authenticity. Sure, some might say they're the same thing, but I use both to highlight emphatic weight. We're working on a brand new set of advertisements and need your exact kind of distinct perspective.
To the most fit-minded of customers, we have food and drink for every taste and meal you can imagine, plus a few more that you
Of course it pays. Not amazingly, sure, but it's a rare chance to make something true and real that speaks to people and that possesses a certain cachet, right? Listen, you've got the stuff that can't be faked. Our listeners are sophisticated. They can see right through anything less than 110% genuine. Step inside. I'll introduce you to our main creative type, Mick Tarkenton. Why, the things he does with words you wouldn't believe. He'll tell you how we do things, how we sell product. Then you provide your expertise, lend your maverick perspective to help him come up with how. All it requires is you be yourself, unabashedly. Then get paid for it. Head into our recording facility when you're ready. Mitt will be in one of the studios. I'll be right along.
Sponsored tossball team, the anti-Cleo Darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship
championship series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler, 6th base person for the Anti-Cleo's... I cleaved Spacer's Chosen's goalie at the end of the 56th inning,